Coach B, and in today's skill session we're going to go over the clean. Before I talk of the clean, I'm just going to quickly do a demo of 3 on one side and then 3 on the opposite. So with the clean, you'll all be progressing on from a single arm swing. Instead of swinging the arm up straight, you want to keep your arm as close as you can and you're catching it up in a nice tight rack position at the side of the chest. When you are catching it, you want to keep it as close to you as possible. So a good regression to start on is a dead clean. Dead clean just means you're starting right over the kettlebell and you're standing up, you're keeping out the hinge, swinging the hips, and you're just coming up in that stand rack position. So if you're getting set up for a dead clean, feet will be in line in front of the kettlebell, roughly shoulder width apart. You're going to hinge back as if you're in a deadlift. Keeping the shoulders moved back and tight back. You're going to stand up, roll the kettlebell around the wrist, and it'll be in the rack position. And then as you go down, just bring the kettlebell in close and set to the feet. So ideally when you're coming up, you don't want to flick the kettlebell out wide. Arms going to stay in as close as you can, and it's just a roll off the wrist getting the kettlebell around. So you're going in a deadlift position. You just want to stand up tall and roll it into the side of the rack. So one more, and roll around the wrist, and that will stop the kettlebell from bouncing off the wrist and keeping it in close. When you're comfortable enough doing the dead clean on both sides, and then going to get you to do a reverse clean where you're just starting up in the rack position, you'll hinge down through the legs, set the kettlebell out in front, and then reset again. When you're getting set up for the reverse clean, you'll start with your dead clean, which you've originally done. So you'll dead clean it up. Kettlebell's in that rack position, keeping it as close to you as you can. You want to hinge through the legs and set it down out in front. Obviously it's out in front when you're getting ready for that hip hinge movement. So just set the kettlebell back in. You'll dead clean it again up in the start position. And then from here, hinge down through the legs and reset. And as that starts to become really comfortable as well, you can then move on to getting set up with a dead clean, racking it up into position and going for 3 to 5 swings, or cleans, on one side. So if I just get set up again, so feet shoulder width apart and directly over the kettlebell, I'm going to dead clean it up in the rack position, and then I'm going to go for 5 cleans. So remember, ideally, the whole time you want to keep the kettlebell as close to you as possible and rolling it around the wrist. And back down out in front. So when you're feeling comfortable as well with that, setting up in the dead clean, doing a reverse clean into 3 to 5 reps, then setting it out in front, you can then move on to the full clean. So the full clean is just starting from the floor. It's the exact same with every kettlebell movement when you're getting set up for your swing. Line the feet up with the front of the kettlebell, step back roughly about a foot. You're going to hinge back from the hips, reach out for the kettlebell one hand. Imagine you're breaking it so the shoulders are pulled right back. You're going to hike it through the legs, keeping the elbow close, up standing, and rolling it around the wrist. And then through the legs again, snapping the hips. Good, and down. So when you are doing the clean, really focus on snapping the hips forward. It's the exact same as when you're doing the swings. A lot of people think it's a full arm movement where you're dragging it up. Your arm is there to assist, and it's to snap the hips and the momentum getting it up into that rack position. If you find the kettlebell is starting to bounce and really whack off the side of your wrist, regress it back again to where you're doing the reverse clean. So it's the one, we're starting up in this position here, and you just want to drop it down close. So you're really focusing on keeping it as close as possible. Same with the dead clean, it's good for teaching you to keep the kettlebell close to the body, so really regress down, because the most common mistake is people coming up, bang, kettlebell through, bang, kettlebell through. But that is the 3 exercises for the clean.